Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Saturday, May the 10th. And taking a look around the hockey world today, starting at the top of the board, Anthony Stolarz, who is being missed by Toronto. Wool's giving it his all, but, I mean, Anthony Stolarz is the better of the two goaltenders. He is progressing according to Craig Berube, but he's not skating yet, meaning that he's very likely to miss the next game. He's dealing with a concussion. We know this. They haven't confirmed it, but we know that's what it is. So for Stolarz, it definitely sounds like he's going to miss a little bit more time. Very likely in concussion protocol. They're just not talking about it. Speaking of things to talk about, yesterday Gary Bettman discussing things with the media says CBA talks are progressing well. He also spoke positively about Atlanta. I don't read too much into it. We know the National Hockey League's looking at a third go around with Atlanta. I will remind people again, Atlanta did not lose their team because they did not have fans last time out. They lost their team because of incompetent ownership, and they lost the arena. So that's why Atlanta lost the building. If they have good ownership and if the arena's in the right spot, sounds like the northern suburbs is what I was reading is where the new arena is likely going to be. And so that could make a huge difference to Atlanta in terms of long-term success. But Bettman did not confirm anything. He just didn't deny anything either. And I do think the NHL's got a plan here. This is why they haven't formally announced an expansion process, because we're just going to wake up one day and they'll be like, so there's a new team. Very similar to with Utah. Utah is technically an expansion club. They are not an extension of the Arizona team. The Arizona team is still, last time I looked, considered inactive. They're not considered to be defunct or moved. Nick Roy was fined for the incident in the game against the Oilers the other night. They did make it a hearing so that the fine could be a little more hefty. It was in the $8,000 range, below $8,000, but in that range. So for people who thought it wasn't a big deal, it's going to be too much, and for people who think it should have been a suspension, it's not enough. I did see people saying like 5 games, you should be done for the year. It was reckless, it was stupid. It was just one of those things where I think Nick Raw looking at that would go, yeah, that was really dumb. Now, going into tonight's game, which starts at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, the Oilers ahead in that series 2-0. Sounds like McNabb's doubtful, so there was a lot of discussion about McNabb and, well, he was faking and he wasn't really all that hurt. I do find it interesting how we as fans decide whether or not a player is hurt. I don't make the assumption that somebody's faking an injury, and it sounds like McNabb's doubtful for Game 3 tonight. I'm sure that if he can go, he will. Dorofeev, it sounds like, is likely to play tonight for Vegas. That will definitely help their attack. They need some more goals. And it sounds like for Oiler fans, if you're, a big backer of Stuart Skinner, the good news is he gets a chance at redemption tonight. Pickard is considered day-to-day, and Skinner is starting tonight. So it's one of those playoff shockers. These things do happen, where every now and then you'll find out, wait, that guy's hurt? When did he get hurt? What happened there? So, yeah, it sounds like Pickard got shaken up at some point, or something happened, and now Skinner's the starter tonight. So, fingers crossed if you're an Oilers fan. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific will be the starting time between Washington and Carolina. It looks like the lineups will be largely the same. Jankowski's doubtful. He didn't play in the last game either. Good player, good depth player for Carolina, but there are other players you can swap in for him as well. The Canes talking too about how they are excited to get back in front of the crowd and have that energy from the Canes faithful. So that starts earlier than the normal starting time. That's at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. Just repeating that for people watching. Caden LIndstrom, who has missed the entire season in the WHL. So discussion too about Matthew Schaefer, the potential and probable number 1 draft pick and injury status. Well, Caden Lindstrom's missed the entire season, and it was known at the time Columbus drafted him last year that he was going to need surgery. He returned last night for Medicine Hat against Spokane in the first game of the final, and he helped the Tigers win. He got an assist in a 4-1 win. He also took a penalty. But he was a +1. He got an assist, and they won the game 4-1, and Game 2 of that final goes tomorrow. So the Tigers are up. The AHL scores from last night, some series tightened up, and a couple of them got finished. Providence beat Charlotte 3-2 in overtime. That series is now tied at 2. There will be a Game 5 to decide it. Hershey, 9 lives for Hershey. They win 6-4 over Lehigh Valley and tie that series at 2, so their hope for a three-peat is still there. Grand Rapids, on the other hand, their dreams are finished at this point for this season as Texas took them out in double overtime. Texas wins that series 3 straight. So a sweep for the Dallas Stars Farm Club. Meanwhile, Coachella Valley here in Abbotsford loses 2-0 against the Abbotsford Canucks. The Abbotsford Canucks move on to the second round. They will play against the Colorado Eagles. And the only other confirmed matchup for the second round, third round, I guess they're calling it the third round. I consider the play-in to be to decide the playoffs. But for the third round, the only other decided matchup is Laval and Rochester. And both of those teams waiting a while to get things started. But there you go. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.